Tony Salza here. We have got a great show. Service Power, one of the leading companies in field service management, really understanding the entire ecosystem of how you're managing your resources in the field and how they're delivering value and upholding the service level agreements for these organizations that are global, is on the show. Marne Martin, the CEO, is on our show today. Where is the company going? What do you see changing in your world? How is this challenge and really to penetrate this market? How's it coming to you? How do you see this world changing? That was a big question.
It's a great question, though. So we were one of the first in field service, especially with artificial intelligence-based scheduling. But I'd say it took a little bit of time for the world to see field service as strategically as they do now. You know, CRM, ERP investments were the investments that more enterprises were focusing on. And then they realized in order to get the most productivity and business value gains out of those software, you need to be more strategic about field service and how you're delivering the value in the field service events. And that's where in the last few years with Service Power, we've actually been upgrading our existing customers, expanding into some new verticals, adding more language, internationalizing, adding new logos, and really tailoring our messaging and our software products of how we meet the new strategic needs in this global business of field service.
Well, and I think what's been exciting about talking to you today, it's like you guys are going beyond how the customer sees themselves using your products and service, and you're embracing really bleeding edge stuff, and machine to machine, big data analytics, understanding how these things can transform their business before they do, and really getting ahead of that and educating them how you're going to change their world, how you're going to take them in the future. I mean, is that accurate? Is that what you guys are doing?
Absolutely. I mean, you have all stages, right? So we have clients or customers that are still looking for their first more sophisticated scheduling solution, right? So that's step one in the journey. But we also have clients that have been with us maybe 7 to 10 years, and they have competitive pressures. They're expanding into new use cases, business models. Maybe they're expanding globally. And there we're harnessing all this expertise that we've built up in the last 20 years, both at Service Power and people we've brought in as competitors, and being a partner. We're not just selling software, but we need to be a field service partner because in many cases, you know, we touch so many different clients, verticals, customer segments, and we're really looking at how we bring in new technology, new partners, drive the predictive work in ways that we can get not only more value out of the investments our customers have already made, but actually advise them on what technology investments and how they should be tailoring their field service businesses in the future.
Well, here's what I would tell you. This is the concept we've been throwing on with our clients, because this is what was so aligning, you know, in our previous conversation. It's like you're really executing what we call ecosystem as a service, right? I mean, there is partners, there is process, there is people, and there is technology. And you're combining all that to deliver ROI events in ways where you're even putting your you know what on the line, saying this is the way we want to take you. It's so important, Mr. Customer, that we're even willing to change the way we bill you in order to create that opportunity for you to create that ROI event. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Because, you know, many times, you know, we were just put the leading visionary in the Gartner quadrant, which is a big move for us. And, you know, we are in a way, we talked a little bit earlier about, you know, the challenger in sales. Well, we're a little bit the challenger, if you will, who's a visionary, because we're looking to drive the business models and the use cases. You know, one of the things that the software already is good at is tailoring both repair with preventative maintenance. But we want to take that further. You know, we want to look at how we drive more productivity, SLA compliance, also use M2M data, or the Internet of Things, predictive intelligence, so that we actually can prevent failure in a smarter way and tie in better with, you know, the other investments, whether it's the customer information in a CRM, the ERP or supply chain, because we're finding that because we have the data points in the field, we actually have a lot more information in our software and in our experience than even what a lot of these supply chain or ERP companies can offer to clients, even if they're much larger than us, like the Oracle or the SAPs of the world. So we definitely have a role and a place to fit with Service Power as this industry continues to evolve.
Well, I think what we're scratching the surface on, and this is a bold statement, but data is becoming the new currency, right? If you understand what that data means and how it's going to impact your business, either in saving money or making money or creating value for future clients, and you're able to interpret and deliver that back to the customer in ways where they're making impact in delivering better client experiences, that then you're going to help really convert data into revenue. And that's how data is becoming the new revenue. And you guys are one of those companies that's leading the way to show them that path. Is that fair?
Yeah, so it doesn't happen overnight, and this is where we're hearing from customers is that they're getting analytics, from us, from their other software vendors, from their business groups, etc. And they really need the ability to have it in one place and to make decisions based on it, right? And not slow decisions. They need to make just-in-time decisions. And so we're looking at not only what we can do with our existing analytic products, but we're actually looking at putting in new API interfaces so that we can do more and real-time analytics of historical trends, as well as guiding decision making for our clients in the future. So that does involve, new APIs. That involves a new way of thinking about data and also how you act on the data. Because, while there is paucity of data in certain aspects of our customers' business, it's more making it easier for them to use the data that they have. That is the biggest driver I see right now in enterprises.
Right. I mean, service becoming the real power to create service power, being, how it's going to change the organization, right? I mean, understanding how that service is impacting in the field and how you can change that client experience and using data to make those decisions. I mean, you guys are on the cutting edge. Marne, thanks so much for being on the show.
It's totally my pleasure, and I hope we stay in touch. It was really great to talk to you today.
For sure.